Welcome back to my channel. You already know it's your boy Hood Digital, the Rock Reactor, back with another video. Yes, sir. Before I proceed, let me know where you tapping in from. Let me know what country, what city, what mountain, what hill, what cave, what island, what planet, what universe. Let me know where you at. Represent your hood. Yes, sir. Now, I just seen in the comment of this video, some guy said, I didn't watch the video, but I was looking at some of the comments, and someone said that never too old to learn. I believe that's very true. Now, I want to do some digging. I decided that I don't just want to just react to regular music. I want to know the history. See, I grew up listening to hip hop. I knew about metal. I've always kind of liked it because I loved the energy, but I was never really a metalhead, never sat there and heard a whole album. Had friends that were metalhead, but never really heard a whole album. I'll probably catch a half a song or something. I knew all of the groups. I watched a lot of MTV. Some stuff were catchy, so you would like the Metallica, into Sandman and stuff like that. And this was and I'm talking way before that. But anyway, I remember Alex Cooper, Welcome to My Nightmare. You know, I would just remember that, but I wasn't really a metalhead till now. So now that I am I consider myself a metal fan. I'm still not a metalhead. I would like to be a metalhead, and I want to learn from the metalheads. I want the metalheads to be my viewers and school me so I can read the comments, what they're telling me, to tell them this, telling me that. Sometimes they criticize me, but that's okay. That's all good. I'm here to learn. I'm here to learn. But anyway, this is the history of metal, guys. So I'm going in blind with this. It's according to some guy. His name is Andrea Boma Boccarusso. Shout out to him. It's on his channel. I'm not sure if he produced this video. All I know is that this is the history of metal, and he has a bunch of years, and I wanted to check it out, and I want to talk about it. I want to discuss it. I want you guys to school me. Let me know what you know about it. Let me know what I can learn about it. Let me know what you don't know. Maybe we could all learn together. But anyway, guys, without further ado, let's get right to it. If you haven't already, make sure you subscribe to my channel, hit the notification bell, hit the like button. Any donations to my channel will be greatly appreciated. My PayPal account is on the description. Let's get right to it. This is the history of metal. Boma Productions. Okay, so this sounds like Little Richard off the bat. Once they played, I remember Little Richard. Oh man, I don't have it in my head, but Little Richard is the only one that comes to mind. Rock and roll is the starting point of our journey. This genre is evolving in the U.S. During the late 40s and the 1950s. Good golly, Miss Molly. It origins for Black American music such as gospel, blues, jazz, boogie woogie. See, I didn't know what boogie woogie was. Rhythm and blues. In the earliest rock and roll styles, either the piano or the saxophone was typically the lead instrument. These instruments will be generally replaced or supplemented by guitar. In the middle to late 1950s, the beat is essentially a dance rhythm with an accentuated backbeat. Classic rock and roll is usually played with one or two electric guitars, one lead, one rhythm, and a double bass. In the mid-1950s, electric bass guitars and drum kits become popular in classic rock. Yeah, Chuck Berry. There you go. Fats Domino, Elvis, Chuck Berry, Little Richard. Okay, the British invasion. Guys, am I wrong? Isn't this where Deep Purple comes in? In the 60s, the British invasion bands, The British invasion. The mixed pop-oriented, easy listening melodies with R&R elements laid the foundation for the explosion of rock. Okay. So basically, metal came from the UK, right? The sounds is heavier and rawer. Because rock, we know rock comes from Black America. But metal, as I understand, as I've seen, Deep Purple is involved in originating, or they're somewhat credited, guys. Let me know if I'm wrong. The sound is heavier and rawer. Electric guitars are more saturated, and many different subgenres are emerging on blues rock. That's where the Funk Railroad come in. Blues rock, country rock, folk rock, country pop, psychedelic rock. Oh man. Yeah, here comes the seminal rock artists, the Beatles, the Rolling Stones, Hendrix, Led Zeppelin, and of course, Deep Purple. Why did they put Deep Purple last? They should have put them somewhere up there. See, that reminds me also, shout out to Tom Petty and the, what is it? Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers and Roy Orbison. That's another one. I know these wasn't metal. I know that who I just mentioned, they're not metal, but they were good rock and roll singers. I've done an interview with Melody Maker back in the 70s, and they said our band was playing heavy metal. I said they were heavy rock. Call it heavy rock, they call it heavy metal. Oh, wait a minute, guys. I wouldn't accept the heavy metal thing for years, and eventually you have to. Tony Iommi from Black Sabbath, February 1920. Young British musicians in the early 70s are looking for a darker and heavier way to rock. And as Tony said, they just invent something huge without even knowing it. Heavy metal progenitors. Black Sabbath and Judas. Yeah, Judas Priest go hard. Paranoid. Okay, so punk rock was born when I was born. Punk rock. The Ramones. Shout out to the Ramones. Fast rhythm, short songs, raw vocals, provocative lyrics, distinctive look, easy form of metal, takes some elements of punk rock. Yeah, punk rock was like a little faster. Seminal punk rock band, the Sex Pistols. Yeah, I don't know who the Stooges are. The Ramones. They should have put the Ramones first. Yeah, because supposedly, and I seen an interview from the guy from the Ramones, the guy with the black hair, the real weird guy. I think he died just recently. He said when the Sex Pistols came out, the Ramones was already like 4 albums in. Hardcore punk, 1978. Damn, that's the rough stuff. Basically, punk rock got more edgy and more metallic sounding. Guitars are more distorted, drum plays faster in vocals, and shouted, and almost never melodic. Okay, so who we got here? Seminole Hardcore. I don't know any of this. Black Flag, Vinyl Thread, Germs, Bad Brains, Agent Orange. Never heard of any of those. But you know what, guys? It gets me angry, like, well, no, because this was 1978, so I was only 3 years old. Because I was going to say, like, in the 90s, I should have paid more attention to that, because I just never really got into it, but I should have, though. Because now I hear it, I'm like, damn, man, I should have been into that shit. What is that? In the early 80s, a new heavy metal movement characterized by a substantial drop of blues rock, hard rock influence in its music. New wave of British metal bands are looking for a sound less contaminated by older bands like Deep Purple and Black Sabbath, but there's still strong melodic elements in the music. I think that's where, what's the name of this group? Poison, David Lee Roth and them come in. No, but that was really rock, though. I'm mentioning rock bands. Yeah, Iron Maiden, that's right. Iron Maiden, Judas Priest, Saxon, never heard of them. Only Judas Priest. Guys, were Iron Maiden the originators of speed metal? See that? Yeah, that sound is definitely Iron Maiden. Thrash metal, yeah, it's speed metal, thrash metal, that's what I meant. The mix between the technical and fast side of heavy metal with direct denunciatory language of the hardcore punk generated a new flavor of metal called thrash metal. When I first heard Love Bites, the first reaction I ever did to Love Bites, that reminded me of Iron Maiden. Because I remember hearing Iron Maiden. I had a friend who was crazy about Iron Maiden, always wearing the Eddie t-shirts. He would always play it, and I remember that sound. So when I heard Love Bites the first time, it reminded me a lot of Iron Maiden. Okay, Megadeth. These I know. See, this is like where I remember I was very young. I was a little kid, but I remember this was all on MTV. Seminole thrash metal bands, Slayer. I remember Anthrax. See, I was gonna say the band that played with Public Enemy, Anthrax, Metallica, of course. Kill 'Em All. Oh man. Black metal. See, this I never heard. Black metal. The primordial form of black metal is heavily influenced by thrash metal and the darkest side of heavy metal. See, these I never heard of. Bathory, Venom. I never heard of this genre. This was really underground. This was really something that they would not play back in the days. They would really not play this like on MTV and stuff like that. It's very rare that you would see this. Not even on Headbangers Ball would they play shit like this. Uh-oh, here it comes. Hair metal. Hair metal.
Hollywood, you say you love me, but that's no good.
See, now this is more melodic. I got a good idea what this one is. In complete opposition to the dark and confrontational lyrics, low-key aesthetics, and growl vocals from different styles of metal of this period, there's one genre that is growing in popularity. See, this is where, hold on. This is where, what's the name of that group? They had the album called Armageddon. Oh man, I forgot. Musically speaking, hair metal is a weird combination of melodies influenced by pop. Yeah, this is where it was getting popped. It was getting popular. Shredding guitar solos, heavy metal bass guitar riffing. So there are some points of contact, other metal of style, but the mood is completely different. I'm trying to think of that band. No, these are not it. Motley Crue, yeah, Poison, Twisted Sister. I've heard of Twisted Sister, never heard of Quiet Riot. Faster drums, more distortion to the guitars, and growl or scream vocals are now the standard. Now, this was underground back in those days, man. This was like the kids that used to like to hang out at the cemetery. See, seminal death metal bands. See, you would never hear about these bands. Passage, Necrophilia, Death, Cannibal Corpse, Obituary, Morbid Angels. You would never hear about these. These were totally underground. Like, you would really have to be a serious metal, death metal head. Like I'm saying, these are the people that used to drink blood, the kids that used to drink blood and hang out at the cemetery. Power metal. With fantasy-based subject matter, strong choruses, and dramatic and mostly powerful sound, power metal is shaping up in the late 80s. Power metal has a faster, lighter, more uplifting sound in contrast with the heaviness and dissonance prevalence in other metal derivatives. See, these are seminal power metal band, Blind Guardian. You would never hear about those. I personally never heard of these bands, guys. If you have, please let me know. Like I said, let's talk about it. I'm just saying from my journey, my perspective, my world, my road, the road I came from, I never heard of it. See, now these are devil worshippers, but they're not sell as misanthropic devil worshippers most of the times. Okay. I think I might have heard of Mayhem. The release from Pantera's Cowboy from Hell is considered a starting for groove metal. A genre inspired by thrash metal that places emphasis on heavy guitar riffs and usually syncopate rhythms. Syncopated rhythms. Yeah, that I like. That sounds hard. Groove metal is occasionally influenced by early bass inspired heavy metal bands such as Black Sabbath and Deep Purple. I heard of Pantera. It's crazy how I didn't know that Deep Purple was so significant in the whole metal history in itself. Not only because they were great, but they were innovators. Ooh, wait a minute. Heavy metal man, Queensryche. I remember Queensryche. I had a friend who was crazy about Queensryche. And Fate's Warning were incorporating unusual elements to their music since the 80s, but in the early 90s, Dream Theater defined this sound decisively. Guys, tell me about Fate's Warning. Were they good? I know Dream Theater is good. Alternative metal. Okay, now this is when rap metal's about to come in, if I'm not mistaken, because this sounds like a little bit like damn, I forgot their names, man. Limp Bizkit, I was gonna say, but Limp Bizkit is kind of rock, but it's something like that. Faith No More also. Faith No More, the dude kind of rapped also. System of a Down, I know. Deftone, Mudbang, Seven Dust. Nu metal. I didn't know nu metal goes back that far. I thought nu metal just came out. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, this is. So I didn't know Slipknot was considered nu metal, but I guess I didn't give it no thought. I'm a big fan of Slipknot. I just didn't know the actual genre. I just thought they were regular metal. Korn, I've heard of Korn. I heard of POD. Never heard of Drowning Pool, Mushroom Head, Cold Chamber. Never heard of them. Yes, sir. So this is industrial metal. Metalcore. Kill Switch Engage. Yeah, I knew that sounded familiar. You know, Kill Switch Engage, I believe, was the first reaction video I ever did on this channel. Yeah, Bring Me the Horizon. I knew that sounded familiar. Degent. What is degent, guys? I was talking about degent. Degent as a style is characterized by progressive, rhythmic, and technical complexity accompanied by the use of polymetric groove. The name degent is onomatopoeia of the sound trademark extended by 7-string, 8-string. Shout out to Andrea Boccarusso. You know, I believe, guys, that a lot of this stuff, whether it's metal or what type of genre it is, it can all be debated and it can all be mixed, because I'm sure that one band is not just going to do one on a whole album with just one single sound. So it's always going to cross from thrash metal to progressive metal to heavy metal. It's always going to cross. Specifically, also, rock and metal are very similar. Hard rock and metal, it's very similar. Hard rock and metal, it's usually very similar. And especially now where you're just mixing it up and mixing different types of sound. One person could have one song doing one genre, another song doing another genre. But anyway, guys, let me know what you think about this. Debate on it. Listen, like I said, I am not smart at this at all. I'm not good at this at all. I might hear something, you guys can tell me, no, you're an idiot, you don't know this. I don't, guys. I'm here to learn. So let me know what you think about this. Anything you could add to this, anything you could take away, let me know, guys. And, of course, subscribe to my channel. Hit the notification bell. Hit the like button. Any donations to my channel will be greatly appreciated. My PayPal account is on the description. Peace, love, and God bless.